Hi folks, welcome to my stay-at-home workout and thanks for joining me. It's going to be a nice quick one today, just 4 exercises for you. It's hip hinge day, so that means our major exercise or our big lift that we're going to focus on is going to be the Romanian deadlift. So that's going to be lots of fun, lots of lower body work coming at you today. Before I get into that, I always of course start with a little bit of core bracing. Now let me just show you what equipment that I have, and hopefully you have something similar. I got a resistance band. It's about 1/2 inch in width. Any band will do really, as long as it's a nice long one. If you don't have a band, it's really no big deal. I just use this to add a little extra intensity to those deadlifts, okay? And then I also have a 10-pound ball for my weight. And that's it. That's all I've got besides my mat here. That's all I'm going to use today, okay? So core bracing, a couple different exercises we're going to do to make sure our core is engaged in sort of 360 degrees around the spine here before we get into those bigger compound lifts. First one's going to be a side plank where we're going to introduce a little bit of adduction with knee drive, okay? So what that's going to look like, we're going to get on your elbow here. This upper arm's going to be a straight line up and down, so shoulder stacked right over the elbow. Now you notice here, normally the side plank, right, we got 2 feet down or we're like this, but I'm just going to bridge up on the top leg. So this is kind of an advanced side plank variation. If it's your first time doing side planks, I would just start with both feet down and don't worry about the knee drive, okay? What I'm going to do from here is I'm going to be a nice straight line from the bottom of my foot to the top of my head. I'm going to keep my core tight, my spine neutral, and my ribs, I don't want them to flare. I don't want them to pop, okay? I want to keep my ribs down. I'm going to bridge up at the hips like so. Now you notice my thighs are parallel to start, and then I'm going to drive that knee like that for 10 reps. Now the whole time I'm squeezing this elbow in towards my side, I'm keeping my lat and my oblique nice and tight here. That's just going to help with the overall tightness of this plank. I also like to point my toes sort of up towards the top of the foot. You see that there? It keeps tightness in the lower body as well. So I'm going to go for 10 knee drives here, keeping the core nice and tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's relax here. Going to shift over. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, okay? So once again, that top leg is supporting. You're going to point those toes up, straight arm up and down here. You're going to squeeze this elbow into the side, keep the ribs down, nice straight line from the top of the head. Bridging up at the hips. We start with those thighs parallel. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And relax it. Other exercise I've got for core today is going to be some ankle touches. You may have seen me do these before if you've been watching my videos. Basically, you're going to start by sticking your legs straight up in the air at about a 90 if you can, and you're going to keep them there. The idea here is you want to take a big bracing breath right into the core, and you want to stick those lower back ribs to the ground. All right, you don't want, see how my lower back's arching? My back's popping off the ground? I don't want that. I want to keep that down as much as possible. Now, when my legs are up in the air, my hands are going to be like so by my face, like a boxer. And then I'm going to crunch and reach and touch the outside of that opposite ankle, trying to keep the tension out of my neck, trying to crunch from here. So it's like a upper abdominal crunch and a reach, touching the outside of the opposite ankle. Okay? And we're going to do that 10 times per side. It's going to be nice and fast, okay? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's relax. If you can't quite touch the ankle, that's no big deal. It's all about reaching. You'll get up there eventually. I got long arms, so it's kind of easy for me, but not everybody has the same proportions, right? All right, little breather. Then we're going to hit both of those one more time, and then we'll get into our resistance work. So we're going to hit those deadlifts, and then I got some lunges for you as well. Okay. Once again, side plank's going to be from the elbow. You're straight up and down here, squeezing in towards the side, keeping everything nice and tight, neutral spine, driving that knee, okay? Let's bridge up at the hips. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's relax. I'm going to switch it around. Same deal here, folks. Bridging up, nice straight line, stay tight, squeeze that elbow in, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. relaxing. We're going to switch into those ankle touches once again. It's that leg raise straight up in the air if possible. You got your lower back ribs glued to the ground. Little crunch from here as you reach outside of that opposite ankle, okay? All right, let's go. We're going to do 20 or 10 per side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, little breather, little water. All right, like I said, it's going to be a nice quick one today. Just 2 resistance exercises coming at you. We're going to do 3 sets of each. We're going to do them as a little superset, like a little circuit, the 2 of them together. And we're going to do 8 reps because we're focusing on hypertrophy or muscle growth. So we want to keep that rep count around 8 at the moment. And it's going to be fairly lower body heavy. It's going to be some challenging exercises for sure. So that's why we're keeping the volume fairly low. Okay, so first of all, these Romanian deadlifts. Now basically what a Romanian deadlift is, I'll just show you from the side. It's a hinge, it's a deadlift hinge without breaking at the knees. So I'm going to keep the knees nice and soft. I'm going to push the hips back. The weight gets about mid-shin. I got a neutral spine. My shoulders are back. I got a tight core. And then I come forward with the hips just like that. So the hips always move first. I push the butt back. I bring the hips forward to get tall. I don't lean back. I just get tall. If you're thinking about where the power comes from, you are going to drive through the heels, so it is a lift with your legs, not with your back situation, all right? So you take that big bracing breath, you push that butt back, then you pick it up from there. That's the idea, okay? And then you just get tall. That's it. You don't want to let that rib cage flare, right? So we don't want to do this stuff, okay? Now this is a pretty light weight, at least for me, to do that with. You can pick your poison in terms of the weight. I like to throw a little band resistance in there, make it really spicy, okay? So I'm going to step on this band. I'll show you how I do this. I'm keeping my stance fairly narrow. It's a deadlift. I don't need to be really wide. Some people do lift like that, but you certainly don't have to. I'm going to put my wrist through that band, you see, like so. Then I'm going to hold the ball here. Now what happens when I try to get tall? That band wants to pull me down, right? So a little resistance, actually quite a lot of resistance when I'm standing up tall like that. And you'll notice if you're doing something similar. Now what am I going to do to further spice this up? Well, I'm going to focus on tempo. So we're really going to slow down the negative. So we're going to lower this weight on a 4 count, and then we're going to come up at normal speed, basically. So I'll show you what that means. By starting at the top, keeping the nice form, nice tight core. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, getting tall. That's 1, okay? So we're going to do 8, all right? Starting from 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Slow, 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 5. Slow, 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 6. 7, last one. 8. And we're going to relax, let go of that weight. So you can see how that added resistance plus slowing down that tempo makes that exercise a lot more challenging without actually increasing the weight. All right, so just ways you can get creative at home with this stuff. The other one we're going to do, nice, simple, classic exercise. We're going to do the reverse lunge. We're going to hold the weight goblet style up by the chest, elbows tucked in, okay, that's the idea, that's goblet style. I'm going to start standing nice and tall. This is going to look sort of like a split squat. It's kind of like a squat variation, but it really focuses on the quads, okay? So we just hit the back of the legs, now we're going to hit the front of the legs, okay? We're going to keep the core nice and tight. Once again, ribs down, spine neutral. I'm going to step back, lunge back like that. You notice my big toe sort of bends. I'm sort of on the ball of the foot back there. That knee can dip down and touch the ground, but you don't want to drop onto it. You want to have most of your weight on the front leg. You want to drive through that front heel, keeping the toes clamped down for balance, and then you want to get tall between every rep. We're going to do 8 per side. Okay? Stay tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right? Shake that out. We're switching legs. Same exact thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Little breather here, little water. While we are keeping things short and sweet today, that doesn't necessarily mean that we want to rush our rest periods. Because we're focusing on those somewhat lower rep sets, we want to actually have decent sized rests in between those supersets to give our muscles a chance to recover. All right, so we're not really focusing on like endurance here so much, right? It's more about muscle building. So you do want longer rest periods. Okay, I'm going to show you from the side this time so you have a different angle on how to do this, okay? That lower is going to be tough for sure. It's going to want to pull you out of your nice proper hinge form, especially if you're using a resistance band. So don't sweat it too much, don't worry about it. You know, you're going to try to make every rep look the same as the last one, but you're not necessarily going to get it perfect, so it's not a big deal, okay? You're going to step on this band. At least I'm going to step on this band. My stance fairly narrow once again. My wrists are through said band. I got the ball. I'm going to start about mid-shin height, eh? Make sure I'm standing on that properly. All right, core's nice and tight, and my shoulders back. All right, nice straight line through the top of the head, driving through the heels, bringing those hips forward. 1, a nice slow lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Slow, 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 slow. 5. Slow, 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 slow. 6. Slow, 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 slow. 7. One more. Slow, 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 slow. All right, nice work. Let's hit those lunges. Goblet style, nice and tall. You want to keep the elbows in, you want to keep the weight close to the chest. You don't want it down here, you don't want it out in front of you. That's going to just sort of shift your leverage. It might sort of pull your nice neutral spine a little bit out of place. We don't want that. We want that weight to be like a part of you on this one, okay? And that pretty much goes for any goblet style hold. All right, let's hit 8 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, shaking it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, another little breather, then we just got one more set of each, and then we're done. Once again, we're just chilling out. Slowly breathing in through the nose. Full exhale out the mouth. Best way to bring your heart rate down is to breathe like that. It's what boxers do between rounds, and they've only got like 30 seconds in that corner, so you know it works. Okay, same deal here, folks. We're gonna do it the same way we've been doing it. If you got a little extra weight that you haven't got into yet and you wanna up the intensity for this last one, be my guest. I'm gonna keep it how I got it. What I can do, however, is widen up my stance ever so much. It's just going to give me a little bit more tension on that band, which is how I'm going to increase the intensity without increasing the weight. All right, you can do the same if you got a similar setup. All right, wrist through that band. I'm going to grab that ball. Pump saw, shoulders back, core nice and tight, hips come forward, nice slow lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. slow, 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 slow. Last one here. All right. Last time on the lunges. I'm gonna do a little something. You can do this too, just to spice things up. Don't necessarily have to do it because it's more of a coordination and balance thing, and also doesn't necessarily have to, but it can introduce a bit of a cardio element. I'm just gonna alternate legs every time, okay? We'll see how it goes. It's definitely tricky, and it can throw you off. So I'm just gonna go right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg. You know what I'm saying? Okay, core super tight the whole time. Same good form, gobble style. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Just gonna go right up to 16. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Woo. All right, folks, that is all for today. Thanks for joining me. That was one efficient 20-minute period. When you say, I don't even think it's been 20 minutes. So now it's time to cool down, foam roll. Even if that felt quick or a little bit easy, don't underestimate the amount of work you did, especially with that tempo stuff. You may be feeling it tomorrow. I do recommend you take the proper time for recovery and get yourself some protein. I'll see you back here in 24 hours. Take care.